welcome to another program on COVID-19, the good, bad, and ugly. Today, we are going to talk to you about another important area that is about your nutrition and your food intake while you are stuck at home in this quarantine period or this lockdown period or whatever you want to call it. So, to get the best advice on this, I have invited today a renowned, well-known nutritionist. She's none other than Dr. Renuka Jayatissa. Dr. Jayatissa, thank you very much with your very busy schedule these days. Thank you very much for joining us. One of the things I want to first ask you is that now we are all of us are stuck at home about 2 weeks. And what should be our food habits? Like, what should be our food habits to maintain our nutrition? Because we tend to have a possibility, because most of us stock our fridge and food items more than we wanted during this time, right? With the panic buying. And then we have so much of stuff in the food. Then you tend to eat a lot and you're not walking or doing anything. But that is, and obviously that's not healthy. So what should be our discipline in food intake?
I think this is a good time that we should put our disciplines into practice, because the one thing is we should really stick with our three main meals. So this is a good time for us to put it into our three main meals and the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the usual, when you have the kind of your good main meals, you don't need to much eat for the snacks. I mean, this is what we are doing. We are really doing the too many kind of snacking. So this is which is very hazardous. So, but if we have a good lunch, breakfast, and the dinner, then what happens is in between we can have a kind of beverages. So what do you mean by beverages? There are so many things which is really important at this moment for us to boost up our immunity. So this is also very important, because currently all of us are having at risk with this COVID infection. I mean the corona infection. But at the same time, we can boost up our immunity also by taking some of the kind of remedial kind of good beverages. So the one is kind of things plenty and without sugar. This is something which is very good. And the other one is a coriander water. And the other one, we have been really asking people to have a bit of the kind of savory kind of thing, like this fermented yeast or something like this, Vegemite, Marmite and thing, but only 1 teaspoon per day. Make it as a drink, you can have it, not more than that. As well as a kind of snacking, that we say that if someone wants to have a bit of the sweets, and they can have about the dates, because dates also really have a lot of beta carotene, so which will also really boost up the immunity for a little while. So these are the kind of things we have to always think about our snacks, not kind of going for all the sugary and the fatty kind of bites and all sort of things. We should really avoid at this period of time, because especially this lot of sugar, lot of fat, which will really enhance inflammation in our body. So which will really won't really allow us to protect from all these infections. So we have to be very careful, and at the same time to maintain the good health, and not to go again to the other side of it, like the overweight and obesity also. This is also very important, because we are tend to sit for a longer period of time and the more sedentary nature. So eternally our tummies will be protruded without any problem. So we have to be very careful with that also. So because with this kind of unnecessary snacking, which will be aggravated.
Yeah. So what are all of us did not probably have access to the exact food we want. For example, to get oats to eat in the morning, it was difficult to get the brands you wanted and the good stuff. So because of this panic buying and overbuying, we didn't have. But on a general overview of a Sri Lankan meal, what are the things that you would have a person eat for morning, lunch, and dinner? And the other thing is, because we are sedentary, like you said, most of people will not exercise at home. Shouldn't the quantity be less we take?
So the morning, actually, this is a good time to shift it to some pulses like cowpea, kadla, munganta, because I thought a lot of people have bought those things as dry rations at the beginning as a really panically. And if about 1 cup of things is really good for the people, but if they don't have it, I mean, we might not really get it in the future because most of these things are imported food items. So we can really think about if there is nothing else to eat, then the rice is an option. But the thing is, rice, if you are going to eat rice as breakfast, then they have to really limit it for a 1 cup, not more than that, because it will really aggravate our issues. And even the lunch, I think the people have really bought some sort of vegetable, something like, I mean, they take at the potatoes, dal, and some of the things, and some few vegetables. I think people and the these pumpkin and things, and the carrot. These were in plenty, I think, during this period, and the beans and things. So the lunch, I think, lunch also they have to really limit it to the at least 1 cup of rice, and the maximum about 1.5 cups, not more than that. And then with the bit of the more veggies and the something with if they have anything like something fish or dry fish or something with the peas or the egg, I mean, if it is available. So whatever the things in option or dal. But dinner, I think that because we are in more sedentary nature, we should really limit the kind of starch that we are eating in the night. So we should really go for the soup with the something like, if it is available, some chicken or fish or anything, whatever, if it is available. Otherwise, you can add some dal into the soup. With that can have a very kind of very light thing, something. If someone wants to eat really a starch thing, then they can go for the about half to 1 cup of rice or noodles or pasta or something like that. So they're not more than that, because this is a period we have to really be very cautious about our meals.
Yeah,
And this is a good time to get into the good practices also.
yeah. Now, the other thing is now you touched upon the fact that immunity, keeping immunity at its best is important, right? Now, is there any now? Oh no, we know we don't go out. Even if we go out, we'll wear a mask and everything, wash hands and everything. We will follow. But is there anything special we can take in addition to the things with normal dietary uh, food we take, like dietary supplements or anything, to boost our immunity? Are there any like indigenous medicines or things that are akin to our culture?
I think one of the biggest thing with our immunity, and the one is vitamin D, because before we get this epidemic also, we were having the issues with vitamin D deficiency in our population.
Uh-huh.
So it's very important for the people to really look at vitamin D. How can we get the vitamin D, and it is from our sunlight, and at least go out for the 10 to 15 minutes between 10 to 3 o'clock, and get the free vitamin D from sunlight, because which is very important. Vitamin D is really important to boost up your immunity. And the other things are something like vitamin C. So the vitamin C, if the I know this time people can't really much access to these fruits. So if they have some fruits, I think they should really go for these kind of oranges and something like guava and things. These are the best. But at the same time, especially for the elderly people, I think after the age of the people who are above 70, if they take some kind of multivitamin during this time, it is really it will helpful. But we have to be very cautious when they are taking the multivitamin. It should not have the more iron, because iron is not really good at this time. In the too much of iron is not good. So it should be the whatever the supplement they are going to select, it should have the very less iron. So that is also important. So these, and the other one is kind of zinc. Zinc is something that which has been really proven that will provide a lot of immunity. And the zinc actually we are really getting from our pulses. And the other thing is like a small fish like kunis and them, it has zinc. But the other thing is, then usually if we can get it from the food, we don't need to really take it as a supplement, but we always give zinc for the people who have really got infected, not for the normal population. But the normal population has to really think about their needs from the food. And the other thing is elderly people, I think they are the bit of the high risk, and they should really have to be very cautious, and they have to really take it from the some of the things. So that is the reason I was telling you that we have asked this concentrated yeast and the kind of fermented yeast kind of things, because 1 teaspoon of that which having the lot of vitamin B and the things, so folic acid, so which will really boost up the kind of whatever their needs.
Okay, how about taking these? A lot of people say take kottamalli on and off, and drink a glass of water, warm water, at least twice a day with lemon, and things like that. Do you recommend things like that, or
Yeah,
from our?
actually, the water we recommend it is at least about the 6 to 8 cups of water, and at least every hour to have a bit of the some warm beverage, which is very important because this virus tend to get concentrated in our throat. So every hour when you are drinking warm things, so it won't get much concentrated in the throat. So it is very important to have a frequently taking the some warm kind of beverage. So the options are, as I mentioned, you the plain tea, coriander, because coriander is obviously it has a kind of anti-infective properties. And in addition to that, plain tea, we know it is antioxidant, so which is we should not spoil our plain tea by adding milk, and you have to drink it as a plain tea without sugar. And other thing is other options are this the water and adding the lime and the oranges into that. I mean, these are the other options for the people who want to have the thing. But the basic principle is every hour somebody has to, people have to really take at least 1 cup of or 1 glass of something, some beverage,
Yeah,
but not
what?
the sugar.
Right. One of my friends was when we are looking for all the food items delivery people. One of my friends were actually working for in the health sector, also in office. Were looking for an ice cream delivery man. So I knew obviously the people are not delivering ice cream on top of all these things. But so my question is, what are the food and beverages and stuff we should avoid taking when we are especially sedentary in a home stay lockdown situation like this? Is there anything you should specifically avoid which you can take in other times?
Yeah, I know it is something like very sugary and the fatty ones and the whatever thin fried food, like something, whatever things we always buy as a kind of very junk foods, like from this fatty one and the fried food items and the high sugar one. But eating ice cream is not a kind of very bad thing because it's a kind of very good things in this hot climate. Having a
Right.
kind
That's
of
good to know.
lollipop like the
Yeah.
popsicle.
Yeah.
Popsicle is fine, but
Hmm.
at the same time, if you are going to eat a sundae kind of, I mean, something like that, very high sugary one is not a thing. But usually having the popsicle is a kind of very fun, and it won't give much calories. So it's a good thing for this hot climate also.
Any final thoughts you'd like to leave us with the viewers of your video? What they should take care of at this point? Any final thoughts?
I think people have to be very cautious, and one of the things I forgot to tell is activity. So
Mm.
this is a good time. We have to always have a kind of 30 minutes, some physical activity. As a family or even alone, people have to really do some 30 minutes physical activity. This is very much important. Should not really sedentary and watching the television all the time. You have to watch the television for your benefit and doing
Yes.
some exercises. Also looking at some nice video. Even the
Right.
dancing, singing, anything.
Yes, the video on how to exercise while you're at home through professionals is the next video that's going to come after Dr. Renuka Jayattissa's video is posted. So that I'm plugging it in. I'm on the planning of doing that. So that will be the next video you will see. The next video you will see after this is a video on how to exercise and maintain your physical health while you're at home. So with that, Dr. Renuka Jayatissa, thank you very much for your time with your busy schedule and joining us. And if somebody wants to contact to get some nutritional advice for a specific case, is there like a number or something or institution in Sri Lanka you can call, or you?
They can really call me. I mean,
Mhm.
you can give my number,
Yeah.
and even they can send WhatsApp message at any time.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Jayatissa again. And that's our COVID-19 Good, Bad, and the Ugly program, today's program. That is on how to eat well or eat right, as I may call, while you are at home in this lockdown or stay at home time. So I hope you'll follow those advice and not eat unnecessary food, not eat too much, but eat nutritionally and be healthy when this period is over for you to come back to work and your normal life. So thank you again, Dr. Jayatissa, and we'll see
Thank
you.
you, Anaka.
Yeah, we'll see you on another video. See you soon.
Okay.